there are two components to it, right? First is on the salary. So salary, if a company qualifies for it because it meets all the requirement, it increases the pay scale for entry level and non-entry level, so they will submit claims. The Jawatankuasa can decide whether is it going to be disbursed back on quarterly basis or 6 monthly basis. So, they pay, and then every 3 months they claim, and they will get their reimbursements. That helps their cash flow. Likewise, for annual increment, after a year, they will submit their payroll, and then claim, and then the agencies, and then, we have all the agencies working and connected, will be able to verify that they did actually pay. The annual pay rise, annual increment basically meets the syarat-syarat yang ditetapkan dalam panduan. So that's on the part of the employers. On the part of the employee, once they are into the program, personally they are also accountable for it, because for them to get this, say you are a fresh graduate, for them to get the 200 ringgit, and because of that your salary goes up by 200 ringgit or 300 ringgit, anything above that, maximum is 200 ringgit claim, they will have to go through certain training that the Jawatankuasa will decide and will impose for this particular sector at this level. We have to see what upskilling that is required, and that's where Kementerian Ekonomi and KSM really have to see at the big picture. How do we plan for their upskilling? They have to go through that. At the end of the year, all the records have to be completed. If they do not abide to their upskilling, then they are dropped out from the scheme. So they won't, and once you are out of the scheme as a person, obviously your employer said, sorry, you are not part of this scheme, and therefore your salary is like that, not like this. That's why we have to do the pilot test, because if you see the implementation, it does require a lot of work to put in all the tracking, to make sure that we can validate everything, and to put in the training and upskilling in place. And that includes, for example, how exactly do we measure productivity? Because it's just not in the best interest of the company that productivity goes up. It's also in the best interest of government to validate and satisfy ourselves that this program, with this kind of allocation, actually does yield better productivity. And I think once the numbers are there, all the systems are there, it will allow us to decide better from year to year. So there's a lot of work to be done in the next 6 months to put all this in place. But I think you roughly get the idea how it will happen.